And while it may be difficult for the average American or just the average thinking person to draw a connection between a girl going to school and a girl becoming exposed to HIV, there is a very, very profound connection. Because when girls aren't in school, they don't have supervision, and they often are looking for the little bit of resources that will make it possible for them to go back to school. And in the Kenyan context and in other African countries, many adolescent girls miss 4 or 5 days of school every single month when they have their periods because they don't have access to sanitary towels, they don't have panties, and Hart and Vicky have put together this amazing program which, while we're not directly funding it, we know is going to contribute to girls' education. But at the same time that it's contributing to girls' education, we're confident that it's going to make sure that many of those girls are much less likely to be exposed to HIV.
Over 4th grade, you begin to see a big decrease in the number of girls in each classroom. And by 7th and 8th grade, in this one village where we went back to so many times, we begin to notice, wow, there's only like 2 girls in each of those upper grades. And what has happened to the girl child? And assuming that what the problem was is that they were marrying young. But we found out later that a lot of it had to do just with the fact they didn't have a way to take care of their monthly cycle. And when we were talking to the girls, they'll tell you that they were using leaves, they were using cloth, or cow dung. So they were missing like 5 days a month. And if you miss a whole week in a month, pretty soon they were so far behind the boys, their grades were not good, and they would get discouraged and they'd drop out. We're able to put together now a packet for 300 shillings or $5 that has the 12 packets of sanitary towels, 4 pair of underwear, and it's supply for the girls for a whole year. So what I realized is I had to have partners in order to do this, and we already had a committee here in Kenya. Everything Kenya's developed around relationships, and so for me to start off kind of on my own and be doing my own thing, I realized wasn't the right thing. I needed to just, let's join with whatever already is happening here. And so the committee that's already been put together is a Lion Rotary committee. The 2 clubs have come together, which is real unusual, and they're working together on this one particular project, sanitary towels. And there's 5 countries involved, and it's Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, and Eritrea. And so what happened was we decided that those 5 countries, that what we wanted to do is be able to do an awareness project. So in partnership with Prime Bank that donated the $10,000 for the 5 countries, we were able to put on this really big event, an international awareness event for girls. We call it Freedom for Girls. This international awareness event was pretty amazing because we were able to, have the ambassadors come from the various countries to represent their country that were receiving these sanitary towels and underwear.
And this is the difference that we are doing here today. This is the difference that Prime Bank has brought to us and doing a difference. It is a serious problem out there, and I can tell you that people do not understand this. There was a friend I was talking to on the phone, and I said, I'm coming back to Nairobi to distribute sanitary towels. He started laughing. He said, what are you people up to? What kind of project is that? Because people don't understand what girls go through up country.
How have the sanitary towels helped us in any way since we started this program? Yes? Yes, sign up?
When we don't have sanitary towels, we cannot come to school. We sit at home until monthly period is finished.
Through them and through my partners at AED, we began distributing these underwear and the sanitary towels to girls in schools all over Kenya. and we were looking for those that were the most needy, mostly those up country, and those that it would really jeopardize their education if they didn't get this assistance. The girls, we find that they are not only staying in school longer, their grades are better. So we began this whole education piece of how to help the girl child. And then that would lead into questions like, what do you want to be? What are your dreams? What do you want to be when you grow up? And when we would talk about that, we'd say, okay, what could hinder you from accomplishing those dreams? And they always came up with themselves: STDs, HIV, early pregnancy. When we went back and visited a Maasai village where we had given out the sanitary towels and we'd done the education and everything, they had written a poem about themselves and about the empowerment that they were feeling of going on to school and the things that they could do now.
I wish I can make it. My dreams to become true. Of becoming a doctor. Yes, a doctor. A doctor out of a Maasai girl. With this the Lord will change. Help, help. Lift me up where all tribes are. Come and join us. Let's make the best out of humanity.
And it was such a joy because you realize, okay, they got it. You know, they've really got it. And not only do they have it, they can stand boldly and profess it. You know, that we want to go to school, that we are valuable as girls. Not just boys are valuable in our culture, but we are also valuable. And telling their parents that.
It is not a one-year project, it's not a 10-year project. It seems like it's a very long project. And we need all the support possible to keep it going. And I will request everyone that please, after we leave this place, try and see whenever you can, to donate some money towards this campaign, because it is a campaign which not many people want to talk about because of obvious reasons, but it is making a difference. And I think it is something that we must carry through and through for many years to come.